So here we are, guys. I know I've been saying this every week. There's like, nah, this fight is just keep escalating even further. But alas, after just so much hype shit has gone down, we have finally reached the climax of this entire arc, and I've got to say, holy shit, was this thing just utterly fantastic with some huge revelations right at the start of this chapter. So first I gotta mention that awesome fucking colour page yet again, after the front colour, like, just Clover, please man, stop getting the love and the hype. It feels weird. It feels weird to get all this love from you, Clover, and I'm just loving it. And it's just mwah. Just all you deserve, Clover. All you just deserve. Nice fucking pat on the back, and it's just like getting that first volume when that comes over here. I'm gonna enjoy reading that again, because that's gonna be some classic stuff. And we finally reached the end of the entire elite fight, and it seems like Asta just made it worse. Like, we thought this was Elite's final form, but even worse than that, it's like he actually, because of his anti-magic sword, he actually undid the seal that apparently was restraining Elite's power from going absolutely insane. And here's the thing, Elite started talking like a different person out of everything. It's like, oh yeah, it's our fucking master, and it's like, wait, so Lee all this time is like pulling like some kind of paint, like he's the stand-in master or something, or like the real like Callus just doesn't want to be like revealed at all from this stuff, and saying like, why are you the one with that grimoire? Why do you have the Demon Dweller sword and the Demon Slayer sword? And it was just like, whoa, so we actually find out that now that these swords have got names. So the big sword that he's been using since chapter 1, that is the Demon Slayer sword. And the one that his light version that can absorb attacks and, like, you know, actually send them back, that is the Demon Dweller sword. Now, to know that one can keep a demon inside of it, which it probably does, and the other one is there to fend off the demon, like on some Berserk shit, but as well, it's just like not a very sharp version of the Dragon Slayer if you think about it. If only if it was a little bit longer and more ridiculously weighed like that. So it makes me sound like from what it's going so far is that these are the only blades that Asta's gonna have. I hope that's not the case. I hope he like comes up with some other magic, or there'll be some other stuff, but it's like definitely from what it is, it's like these two swords so far are very important. Whether or not we'll see upgrades to these swords, I'm very looking forward to it. I would like two light versions. I would like the two light, the dual wielding style. However, though, we have seen that he is just a monster when it comes to dual wielding both of them, using one as a shield and one of them as his offense, or using both of them as his offense. Either way, Asta's fighting style is ridiculously insane. And I like how it just took all of them. It took all of like the powerful people out there, the third eye. It actually just took down to calm down to restrain the power again with like the reserves that they had left. And it was like, as much as we want to fight you, we literally can't. We're gonna have to retreat. So it sounds like from what it's going about is that Lee, yeah, definitely isn't the real master. There's some still stuff. So there's all that whole stuff going on about Golden Dawn right now that a lot of people have been saying. And it's like, yeah, I kind of agree. There's some shady shit going around in Golden Dawn. And kind of with this end of this chapter, it's like, you know, there's still some bullshit going around in this country. Like, I don't trust all of it, but it just seems like, okay, we got a great start off the scene with it, and it's like, yeah, we saw kind of like what their real taste is, that they're able to take on captain level people. Like, I just, god damn it, they were fucking strong, like, from what we saw of them, and it shows, you know, especially with Fana, we are going to see, like, we are probably going to see more of her. And perhaps we're going to see a return of Mars sometime in the future. Even that, I just love that just Yami's like, yo, you just took the shit out of fucking Lee over there. Yo, way to go, boy, way to go. He's like there, instead of being like, you know what, fuck me, you're not supposed to do that, Asta. He's like, he's literally patting him on the back saying, ah, you good little bastard, ah, you kick this shit out of there. There should be a literal panel of them going, way, my God, way. Like, that's how much fucking, like, Yami and, like, just Asta get along. It's just, like, that's what those two should do. They should be just literally, if anyone's ever seen a British football match, then you should know what the crowds are like in there, because that's pretty much how Asta and Leet are. It's just tossing each other off, saying, nah, fuck you, and then Yami's his boy at the back. He's like, nah, I gotta go with my boy Asta here, like, fuck you. And it's like, even when you go to see all the other Magic Nights, they're like, oh my god, the fucking kid got it. Oh my fucking god. And they're like, well, we can't get one up now, can we? Like that, we've got to clean this up. But that's like, no, they retreated. And Asta's like, yeah, I fucking did it. I beat the shit out of them. And then he collapsed. And it was like, yeah, I'm all done. And it was nice to see that before we got still there as well, like we saw from her with Noelle. It was like, oh shit, like she's back in the place. And it was like, there was a nice little cool moment with her and the girl. It was like, oh, she's like someone special to like Asta. And I think she was just like more concerned about the cooking or something like that. It's just like, yo, this is real good food. It's instead, it's like, oh dear God, this little love triangle thing, Jesus Christ. Like that is like, it's so weird, but it's like, from what we got from like the next part of the chapter where Asta awoke, is that we actually got to see like, you know, Kronos' like assistant is like, oh, we actually need you to use your swords on these two people to undo it, which sounds shady already. It's like these guys could have some information on the Eye of the Midnight Sun, but it's like, what didn't that also mean as well? It's like, oh, by the way, guys, like for like just to mention all this shit, what we're gonna plan on doing with these motherfuckers, by the way, this is right there. You know what happens when you hit people with their swords as well to do this shit? Yeah, guess what happens? You also undo like the blocking of the stuff that keeps them all there. So I'm not too sure on that, but it's kind of curious. It's like, are we gonna be taking a break from like the Eye of the Midnight Sun, or are we gonna be taking from their deeds, or are we gonna go to like, say like another investigation into like, maybe we go into a different country this time, maybe we go into Mars's country or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting. Like we had the mission to go through there to like recon some shit out, saying, oh, we might find their base, go check through there. That's the thing, I feel like with how this arc is, even though we're kind of getting to like that was the climax of it, and we're now seemingly going into the next part of it, like that, whether or not it's a follow-up straight into the arc and looking for other stuff, or we're now about to go into a new mission, I'm kind of curious about that. It's like, I honestly enjoyed this arc so much. It's been like, it is the best arc that we've had, like straight up. Like the arc that lasted, I'd like to say it lasted about 2 months. I'd like to say it lasted about 2 months or so, or at least like 6 chapters. It was just fantastic. It was honestly really exciting. And then we got this big answer. It's like, we got some more questions and mysteries involving the swords as well. We now know their official names, the Demon Bear and the Demon Slayer. I'm sorry, those are cool names. Like, Jesus Christ. Just like, I really wish like it evolves into the Dragon Slayer. I just like, Asta comes back in a time skip, just looks like a green-haired version of Guts. Just all you need to do, man. All you need to do. Other than that, that was a badass chapter. What a fucking way to end it. You get some revelations or two. You get little creaky, like, little questions that need answering. But it's like, that was some really good shit. I just had so much fun with this arc. So much fun. Like, we got some badass stuff with the captains, showing off what they can do. Got the reveal of, like, Farnish, she's still alive, going on with that. Leet's badassness, showing off there. And also as well revealing that maybe this person isn't the leader after all. There's some other shit going on. And there is someone inside the Clover Kingdom. I'm looking at you, Golden Dawn. I'm looking at you. You guys are suspicious of fuck. And just even that, you got Yami in there. And then if not, you got Asta doing badass shit. Fuck it, throw the swords away. I'm jumping in portals and shit. Like, oh, so much badassness. Like, just so much. It's like, I can't handle it. It's just too fucking much. I'm gonna look, it's a 9. It's a fucking solid 9. It was the solidest 9 I could give it. It was like such a great chapter. Ended off a little bit with the little romance thing at the start. I was like, okay, you know, just get through that. And then it was like, oh shit, back to hype shit, like that. But it was like, you know, from what we saw of Leet is definitely an opponent to fear. To feel like it's got that much, to, like, it took like just like Leet's subordinates to take him out, and it was like, okay, we still got some other questions to be answered. So I'm looking forward to see if this Eye of the Midnight Sun thing is going to be the entirety of Clover, or there's going to be other more opponents that we're going to see in the future. Like maybe we might actually see like the Eye of the Midnight Sun is just like a subgroup for the guy that's actually in charge, and then he might go to like his true group, and then that's when the real stuff begins, like, and stuff like that. And then, you know, some mini arcs between there. You know, that's kind of where my plan for Clover is, like where like Yuki Tabata might want to take it. But since this is like really just new territory, since, you know, he never really got that chance to really explore the world in Hungry Joker in 20, like we're already double past like of what Hungry Joker was. It's just like now he has that freedom to explore, and he has to develop the world now, and he's got a bunch of characters as well. And as long as he just keeps some of those characters that we generally like, you know, relevant, and we keep, you know, some interesting stuff and the plot goings, you know, so far for the first year of Clover, this is goddamn solid. Normally when a series gets very popular like that, I'm looking at like Academia or something like that, or like any other series, like, oh, by the way, we gotta take a little bit slower like that. But it's like, no, like Black Clover, I think apart from that one goofy chapter that they had, it was bam, 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 just complete awesomeness from it. So I've got to say, loved it. 9, End of story. We're done here. Like, thank you very much for watching as always. If you love Black Clover and you've already been watching this long, I've been Savagezweipanda. And if you want to click subscribe for some more Black Clover content, which trust me, they'll definitely be, they'll always be here. You know, we're still like 53 chapters in here, and we still talking about that love and haven't missed a single chapter so far. I'm waiting for the day I screw up on that, so I'm looking forward to probably next week when I screw up and probably don't review the chapter. I hope not, trust me, I'll keep us like review this as much as I can because I love it and I'm glad that I'm spreading the word on Clover, but that's all from me. So, thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.